Hello, hello! I'm Susanne from Susie's Journal Adventure, and I'm so happy that you hang out with me today while I create a page or a spread in my art journal. I recently made this mixed media card. I created it in several steps over several days. I started by creating a kind of like an acrylic masterboard. I have a video for you where I show you exactly the steps that it needs to get this background. Let me quickly grab a piece that I have still left. So this is a part of the mixed media, or no, it's not a mixed media to be precise. I mean, this is nearly completely made from acrylic paint, except the stamps here. This is a stamping ink, obviously. So this is one piece that I still have left from this huge masterboard. I made this from an, Amazon packaging. I cut several, portions, and that way you easily have, a ready-to-go piece on hand where you can add layers on top and get, for example, such a beautiful mixed media art piece in the end. I will link the video for you down below and as well here, so you can click if you like and watch the process. And after I made the masterboard, I added some, white splatters, some collaging with stamped tissue paper here and there. Then I added this tape here. This is nearly completely translucent, and I made a tape image transfer with another tape here and glued it down on top, added this quote and sewed around, and now I have this beautiful mixed media art piece. And on the back I just glued down some other hand-drawn mixed media artwork, and I added a layer of translucent gesso on top so that the colors here, the pigments, won't come off. Okay, and today I want to create a spread where I can later on add this card. I want to use my smaller jelly plate for this process. Let me put something underneath so that you can see better what I do. Okay, I think I want to use these colors here because I think they go perfect with all the shades here on the card. There's yellow, there is of course neon pink, there is a lot of black here, and we have a little bit of blue here peeking out. And I now want to create a super easy layer as the background. And I want to start with the pink. And I always have a piece of paper on my desk as well. You can't see it, but I have it here. And this is where I will roll my brayer to get rid of the rest of the paint. Okay, and now I'm just putting the jelly plate on my journal page. And I'm doing this step by step. You don't have to press a lot to transfer the paint. I'm working intuitively. If you follow me, you already know that. And there is still a little bit of paint on the plate, so I will try to get it down on the paper as well. I'm such a big jelly plate fan. Oh, by the way, as you can see here, this warps now because this page is a thicker vellum here. And this is a normal mixed media paper. So this is a journal where some papers are mixed, but that's okay. I think that adds to the interest. Let's go on with yellow. Okay, this is nearly empty. So I will use my spatula. This is way too much, Susanne. Let's place it here. And as you can see, I went over the middle of the spread. That way you immediately connect the two pages. That's perfect. Let's put it here and layer it. That's fun already. So I will clean this now by just adding this is the piece of paper that is here beside my working space here. So obviously, as you can see, the colors here are much more brighter than they are here. This is because I used the brown Amazon packaging for this one. And these pages are white, obviously. So I have to figure out what I can do, or if I want to do something, or maybe that's great as it is. I mean, the colors will go into the background more with the next layers because I'm planning to use black definitely. And this makes it much more calmer. Okay, we have this blue now. Now I'm placing this paper here. And that way I have a crisp edge here. Yes. For the next layer, I grab these cardboard shapes. I want to add them now on top of the layer here. And now I'm adding the black. And by putting the jelly plate on top of these shapes now, you kind of create a resist or a negative space, because obviously where these cardboard pieces are, I won't get a black print. Okay, this didn't work out as I planned it. We have this gorgeous half transferred image now, and this is just delicious on a page. Ah, love it. Oh yes, this is much better. And again, I'm using this. Great. Okay, I think I'm finished with jelly printing for this spread. Yeah, that's much better now. What I had in mind, and I think this works out pretty well, was that I wanted to have some bolder and bigger shapes in the background, because here is you know, a lot going on here. We have the tiny splatters, we have the delicate printing, we have the layers, we have the translucent stuff here, we have the little quote here, the thin line. So this is very delicate, thin, and as a contrast, I was planning to have just some bold, bigger shapes, this kind of block printing technique in the background, so that you don't have a competition like in between the background and this mixed media card. I think I won't splatter, and I don't know yet if I'm already finished with the background. I think I want to use some kind of, you know, this vintage element here and some of these bigger stamps here. So what I did here was stamping on tissue paper and then gluing it down with my matte gel. And this is what I will do now. So this is normal tissue paper. I have this stamp set here. Let's go with the 6 and a little bit of another shape, maybe the 4. I'm using this archival ink. This is waterproof and permanent. That's very, very important because I will later glue the tissue paper down with my matte gel. And when I go over the stamped image with a matte gel and the stamping ink would not be waterproof, it would totally smear. It doesn't matter how I stamp on the tissue paper, as I will later on, just tear the paper down. So I grab my matte gel medium and now I'm placing portions of this tissue paper on the background. You can see this edge here is really straight. I think this was the beginning or the end of the paper. And if you tear your paper and you have this torn edge, the paper will blend into the background much more beautifully. So I'm tearing this carefully. I will leave this portion here. I think this is beautiful. Okay, I think I want to glue it down like this. So I put a little bit of glue underneath. And on top. And if you use a thinner tissue paper, I mean, there are a lot of different tissue papers that you can buy or that you maybe have in your stash already. I never bought a tissue paper, by the way. This all comes from some kind of packaging, or when you buy shoes, you normally have some of the tissue paper in the shoebox you get. This is great collage material. And yeah, what I wanted to say was, if you use thinner tissue paper, it will obviously blend into the background much more, and maybe the paper disappears completely and you only have your stamped image that you can see on top. So why not stamp directly onto these layers, and why shall I add the tissue paper? That's just because, I mean, there's a huge difference between these two techniques or options that you have. This is much more interesting than just stamping on top, you know. I mean, you can still see the paper, but it's not dominant in the foreground, you know. And if you would stamp on the image on the page directly, this would feel like it's just an addition to the existing layer. And here you have an extra layer. Okay, this is perfect for me. Oh yes, can you see that? I don't know yet where and how I will add this card because obviously I can't glue it down. Maybe I will, I don't know yet. Let's add one more layer. I have this fun book here with these fun pictures. I was gifted this one from the owner of Collage Soup, Emily. So I did some tape image transfer and added this on the card here, here and there and here. And I want to do the same thing now for my background. So I'm using a matte tape. I'm adding it here. Make sure to burnish it down pretty well. I mean, you can use a bone folder, of course. I have one, but I'm too lazy now. Okay, and then be brave and rip it. Ta-da! And I posted a reel lately where I showed this. And I got the question, why use the tape instead of just cutting a piece here? And the difference is, obviously, you can see here, I'm just, you know, taking the upper layer where the ink is. And otherwise, I mean, if you would cut this out from the page, you would have a hole. There would be a piece missing here. And since this is just the you know, the upper layer from the printed image, this is pretty translucent. You can now add this into water and then just gently rub off the white from the paper here, and then it will be even more translucent. But for this project, I want to leave it as it is now. So I'm making some more. I will glue these down now, and I think I just got the idea. Why not? I mean, this is not sticky now. This is not sticky anymore, you know? And I think I will add this card as, how do you call it? A tip-in? Is that the right word? I guess. I will glue this down here and there. Yes, but at first I think I'm gonna add a little bit of this tissue paper here. Okay, I quickly went over it with my heat tool. Yes, and I'm gonna glue this down here. This is clogged. This is so crazy always. Okay, it works. I have to let this dry completely before I flip it and glue another piece here. In the meantime, let's add some of this on this side here. Okay, this is difficult. I can already see it. Okay, I think I have to cut them down a little bit. So this quote was from this pad here, and I think I want to add another quote here because this is pretty empty, and I think another quote will connect the two pages much more, and you know, the card with this page on the left here. And what does it say here? Thinking of earlier days, the sweetest of memories. So maybe we can find something that matches this quote. Oh, I think this goes really well. She wondered if she was dreaming. And then it says, thinking of earlier days, the sweetest of memories. I think this is pretty perfect. Maybe like so. Yes, let's not overthink it. I already think this is perfect. Oh, this is a piece of thread that happens to be here, and I think, how about adding some thread underneath? Yes, I will at first glue this down. I'm grabbing my glue stick here. And then I grab some thread. This is a diva today. Okay. How about this? Yes. So this is a sticker, but I always add some more glue. I don't trust stickers. Does it need more of these? I don't know. I don't know. No, I think it doesn't need more of these, does it? Maybe here. Okay, then we have a triangle. It's always great. Oh, I hate glue sticks. So we can add another one here. So make sure to go into the, you know, this crease very, very well when you glue in a tip in. That way you can flip it much more easily. I think I will cut these open, these loops here. Don't like them. That's fun. Okay, so I think I will add a little bit of white splatters here because they are so alone here. So I have my thinned down gesso always ready to go and my splatter brush. And I'm covering up a little bit the quote here, I guess. That's perfect. I have to let this one dry now, and then I will add some more bits and pieces here. Okay, so I added some of this tape here and here. Here we have the triangle again, some white splatters, and we have the tip in and the left page. I really love it. I think the background goes well and is a perfect frame for this mixed media card. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you like what I do and you like my videos, then I would be really happy if you would subscribe to my channel, if you would leave me a thumbs up for this video, and feel free to share the video with your friends. This means a lot to me. I hope I can see you soon in my next video, and have a lovely day. Bye!